Lydia Daydahl, Fight Connect TV. I'm delighted to be here at the GBM Sports debut show in the Magna Centre in Rotherham, and I'm delighted to be joined by my two favourite people of the night.
Oh yes, Calvin.
Calvin Moyo, and of course Mr. David Allen. How are we doing?
Very well, thank you, yep.
Calvin, good to see you. Why are you here tonight?
I'm here to watch our close friend Danny.
Yes.
And also all the other top prospects around our area. There's a lot of good talent on, so why not? I love boxing, so why not come?
Absolutely. Listen, you don't need to sell it anymore to me, but let's talk about it being in your area, because obviously, you know, any time that there's a local show and it's supported to kind of the level that outside has been supported to, it's always really good for not only the community but for boxing as well, right?
Yeah, definitely. It's good because then we're all getting a platform to be noticed by everyone else as well, and I feel that's what we need. Like, we need these small hall shows to be noticed more, because that's where all the good talent is, and sometimes it can get lost if it doesn't get to the big stage.
When you look at, we'll say, your own career, and I suppose, Dave, you as well, you know, you have the experience of being on both. You know, obviously you are striving to get to those big shows and the big promoters, but do you kind of feel grateful that there is that opportunity to kind of learn your trade, I suppose, in kind of a local show like this or a community show?
Yeah, definitely, because one thing that I've learned the most is that experience is imperative. Like,
yeah.
No, kept making that was good.
Do you like that word?
Was
It was
really
a great word. I was actually really impressed as well.
yeah, experience is, you can't buy it.
No.
And it has such an impact on all of your boxing. Like, my biggest shock is Dave telling me that experience would help me in. It was a small part of my game that I needed to correct, and it did. It literally, the experience that I've had now, I see myself 100 times better in that specific part of my game. Yeah.
Absolutely. Enter Dave Allen. Obviously, you know, Calvin is one of 6 on your team.
That I train and manage, I think there's 13 altogether.
Right, sorry, I'm missing a few.
Right.
13 people. Obviously, the last time, you know, that we spoke, I think it would have been a Fight Zone show in Sheffield. You know, and you were just talking about the kind of the training, the sort of plans that were in place for everybody. But, you know, you're taking it in your stride, and it just seems to be going from strength to strength.
Yeah, I've been very busy. I think, you know, about 10 years ago I was mad. 5 years ago I was problemed. And 18 months ago I was just coming out of all that, but still not taking responsibility for anything, you know. And you know, obviously I got older Danny at 25 when I was 25, and then that'll get me on the straight and narrow, to be honest. But still had troubles, and then got a bit older, and nearly 30 now, and it's just time to grow up and mature. And the things that the one thing that helps me be a better person is responsibility. And there's nothing. Being responsible for people like Calvin and the other lads and females, health and well-being is imperative. It's imperative that I am the best man that I can be.
It's a really good word.
Yeah, you know, I don't even know where it came from. I literally, any other day if you ask me what that word meant, I wouldn't even know.
I'm going to drop this in here. Hey, Umar, it's imperative that you're here right now doing your job. Yeah, there we go. Umar, IFL TV, imperative. But listen, you know, listening to Dave talk about that, I mean, we've spoke about before that you have always said that it is that drive to help others. That's where your buzz is. That's where you get your kind of joy and your enjoyment out of it. And you've always said before that you'd almost prefer to see, you know, your guys do better or achieve their goals than you do it yourself, which is a very admirable thing.
Yeah, you know, when Calvin won his first amateur fight with me, I've met a baby recently, and I would never held that deep in that situation than he held me when he won. Do you know what I mean? So
It was a joyous moment.
It was
like in the eye.
It was something else. I don't think I've ever felt that much joy in my life.
Really?
Ever, yeah.
Well, can you, if you were to put it into words, like what is the feeling like for someone who's never been in there, never experienced that kind of a win before? How would you describe it?
I don't think you can, because it's so much. I'd honestly been through like the toughest probably what 3 months, 4 months, Dave, that we trained together before that, yeah. And I'd been pushed. Literally, David pushed me to way past my limits again. But dieting, I'd cut everything out. Like about 6 months ago, I used to be going out partying and doing this and that and the other. For this fight, literally, I knuckled down, and still now, I've cut all, not the fun out of my life, but I now have a purpose, and I'm dedicated to what I want to be. So to have all that hard work pay off the way it did, because I won by stoppage. So to have that, it was just, yeah, I can't put it into words. It was the best feeling ever, honestly. Like Dave says in my reaction, he said it all. If you see the video, you'd say the exact same.
How does that make you feel?
No, it was good, you know. I met Calvin, yeah. I met Calvin, and to be honest, when I met him, he wasn't very good at boxing, because he was a nice kid, and he said, he just said, I want to get better at boxing. Can you help me? And I said, yeah, sound. But I weren't really enthusiastic about it. Yeah. But you know, there's so many kids out there, and you know, amateur boxing coaches, all the respect in the world for them, because I'm one of them myself now. I'm knackered now because I was out till 1 o'clock last night with 2 kids doing the corner and stuff. It's exhausting, it's hard work. But like Calvin's one of the kids that slits through the net with being very talented. But when there's 50 kids in the gym, you know, and you put on a bag and that, it's very hard. So just on the off chance of him just being polite and nice and wanting to improve, and then I gave him a little bit of a chance, and 6 months later, you know, he's not very experienced, he's got a long way to go, but you're looking at a man that I think will be a professional boxer in 2 years' time, and in 5 years' time he'll be winning titles as a professional boxer, and in 7 or 8 years' time he'll be boxing for major titles. Beautiful. You know, and that just comes from, you know, just being polite and being brave enough to ask, I guess, because when I was a young kid, I wouldn't have done the same, you know, and furthermore, what it is Calvin wouldn't be here if he didn't have it about him. Because I go to the amateur gym and our 4 star 5, I train all the little kids, whether they're going to be champions or whether they're never going to box. But the ones that I train full time, day in, day out, I text him all the time. I text him for about 3 weeks once, going, "You're the man."
He did.
Yeah.
Did he?
Every day. No other text than just, "You're the man." I do that to Oliver Morel now, and he won last night. But it's like, it's more than boxing. It's like Brendan, the relationship I had with Brendan Ingle. He wasn't a boxing coach to me, and at that point in his life, he wasn't the boxing coach that he was when he was working with us. He was older and he wasn't as involved as he was. Yeah. But it made me feel 10 foot tall. So that's what I do with these, you know. And then they run through walls for you. Like his second fight he had was a harder one, but I just said to him, I said, "Calvin, come on, you're the man, remember." And he just went and got the job done. Oh, Calvin, so that's what it's all about, you know. And that relationship I've got with Calvin, you know, not the same that I've got with all of them, but that's kind of relationship that you're striving for. You know, that's how we get the best out of each other.
Amazing. Well, listen, on that note, that was a beautiful end to our interview.
Big up, Sil.
Big up, Sil.
Can I just say a big up to Sil?
That is great.
You play this for her now.
Yeah, well,
Mama Sil.
She'll watch it. She watches. Oh, she's Dave's biggest fan. Yeah.
She only watches the fights that I lose, though.
She does everything.
Don't know why.
Big up, Sil. Thank you very much. Good to see you as always, and good to get you on the show. It's my first time. I know we've met each other a couple of times, but to get an interview, it's good.
Yeah, it's great. It's a good experience.
It won't be the last.
No, not at all. I'm sure we'll see each other plenty of times.
We sure will.
We need to bring back the Friday night show. Yeah. We could do like a vocabulary test with Calvin.
Yeah, that'd be good. That'd be good. We should do. Come here and I tell you. Final note. How mad is it that I live in your town now?
She lives in the next town.
Let's not give out where exactly it is, but the next town. Yeah.
Calvin,
that's great.
How did you not know this?
I didn't know. How would I know this?
I don't know.
Calvin wouldn't know this. Calvin didn't know.
Gym.
But anytime you're cooking and that, give me a shout. We'll be there.
Yeah,
we like that, won't we?
Yeah, we'd love that.
I love how it's the side of your heads in this interview, but however. Mr. Dave Allen and Calvin Moyo for Fight Connect TV. Up still.